Today, Kush and I are cooking the exact same dish using the exact same ingredients and measurements. The only thing is, he's a classically trained chef with 17 years of experience in professional kitchens, many of them Michelin stars, whereas I like to cook things like this. He thinks we're making hot dogs. Oh no, I put Ebba's in a bath towel. Kush, what do you have in front of you?
I've got a sorted food card.
I've got 2 sorted food cards. Turn yours over.
Turn mine over. All right. It's got a dish title: crispy chicken thighs with jammy tomatoes, creamy polenta, and green peppercorn sauce. That's it. So what's on your second card then?
Oh, they're like really vague steps that are very out of order. I guess this is a way of trying to balance the books.
Is it because you did so well in your spaghetti bolognese battle?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, leveling up.
But I think we just make the same thing, right? And go. Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go look at our ingredients. Chicken, nothing to make it crispy. Well, we have oil and chicken, that'll make it crispy. Tomatoes, polenta, butter, put some garlic in it, put some parmesan in it, cream, and green peppercorn sauce. Chicken stock's quite nice. White wine, shallots, and spinach. I'm assuming this is meant to go under the chicken, but I've got another idea. I've just been told we also have balsamic vinegar and brandy. So, green peppercorn sauce, brandy, and balsamic tomatoes. That makes sense in my head.
There's so much pressure because I know that he'll start any minute now.
Gonna get a pan really hot with some oil in it. Meanwhile, season the chicken.
Chicken, thighs, boneless, skinless, take about 8-9 minutes to fry crispy. So that can be done later, might season them up with first. Polenta, quite quick to make, but lots of peeling shallots, garlic, make a nice sauce, reduce that. So I'm gonna get the sauce started first. Get the tomatoes roasting in the oven at the same time, because they need to come jammy and charred and roasty and get all those sugars going. Then I'll get the polenta going and I'll do the chicken last.
Hang on, I need to roast tomatoes. I've done this the wrong way round. I should have preheated an oven. I should have done tomatoes first.
Let's get the sauce on and reducing. So I'm gonna get my tomatoes nice and jammy. So salt, pepper, balsamic, tiny bit of oil at the beginning. Get them to really hot oven on a nice flat tray. So we're using the surface area to keep them all one level. Roll them around, get them reducing down in the oven while everything else cooks.
That looks hot enough. Let's find out. Jammy tomatoes definitely need roasting for probably most of the duration of this recipe, which is why I should have done these first. Oil, salt, pepper, sugar, and balsamic. I'm eyeballing this. Let's pray that it tastes good. And into an oven that is definitely not yet hot enough.
Oh dear! That's what the
tray.
smell... Oh, this is why I can't go on holiday, Michael.
Why?
Look what's in the oven. How long's that been in there?
Oh, that's from a fried chicken battle that I did.
Yeah, so I've been on holiday a week and this is what happens when I'm gone. Sauce, I'm gonna get chicken stock into a really hot pan, reducing right down for my sauce. Instantly coming to the boil, hot pan, lots of surface area. Green peppercorn sauce, so shallots for that. Chicken stock has come up to a boil really quickly. It's all about multitasking.
Those tomatoes are going to definitely need minimum 30 minutes roasting. That chicken probably requires 12 minutes of cooking. I have done this the wrong way round. Okay, I'm just going to have to cook these so they're nearly there and then take them out and maybe then finish them off at the end. Flippy flippy. I'm going to roast off some garlic with my tomatoes. Don't know where I'm going to use it, but roasted garlic is nice.
So classic French sauce, green peppercorn, sweated shallots, touch of garlic I like to put in it, cooked in butter, salt, pepper, green peppercorns for actual crunch and flavour, deglazed with brandy, touch of cream and chicken stock, maybe a bit of white wine for acidity later. That's that sauce done, if I can get it all cooking now. A generous amount of butter, that'll emulsify into the sauce at the end, give it a lovely richness. Shallots straight in, don't be shy with the pepper. I very lightly season the shallots with salt. It's not for the flavour, it's to break the shallots down. The salt will help draw the moisture out of the shallots and soften all the flesh. The moisture will come out and it will sweat in its own juices, giving a lovely sweet flavour. I'm now going to prepare my garlic, all the garlic for the dish. I'm going to go 3 into the polenta. I want a nice big punch from that. 2 into the sauce And 2, I'm going to microplane grate and then mix through the chicken so you've got a lovely flavour balance throughout the dish. I'm going to get all this prep done now because everything else doesn't take that long to cook.
If you're enjoying this, there are some small things you can do that make a big difference to us. Like the video. Subscribe if you aren't. Click the notification bell and select all. Thanks.
Okay, speed. I really don't want to be left too far behind.
I'm going to chop garlic for my sauce and my polenta. Then I'm going to microplane some garlic into a bowl. I'm going to marinate the chicken in the bowl. How's it going, Mike?
It's going okay. I've already made some schoolboy errors.
Schoolboy errors?
Yeah.
But you're a daddy now. You're reverting back to being a schoolboy.
It's just a phrase.
It's starting to go golden brown, really soft and jammy, and it's not burning on the bottom of the pan. That's because we've got a nice even heat across the base of a large pan.
Chicken, crispy, almost done. That's going to rest there. And then I'm going to fry my shallots off in my chicken pan. I assume these are being used for my peppercorn sauce.
So I'm going to cook this garlic for about 3 or 4 minutes, get a bit of colour on it, and then deglaze with the brandy. We'll have a quick check on our tomatoes. So they're starting to blister and soften, but we want to take them a lot farther than this and then deglaze the tray at the end. So the garlic's starting to colour now. We're going to go in with the brandy and the white wine. I've got a bottle of brandy here for you, Mike. I'll put it there for you. So classically, when using spirits in cooking, we want to reduce this right down till it starts to catch and caramelise almost, till it's dry or sec, as they say in a French kitchen, and then white wine in. Cook that down only for 30-40 seconds just to remove that harshness, with white wines particularly. Touch of cream, touch of stock, peppercorns, and let it sit on the side and simmer.
Okay, so now sweating off my shallots. So let's get those getting nice and sweaty.
The wine is reduced. You can see it almost starting to thicken up with all the onions. Now the chicken stock's going to go in. This was about half a litre, and look how much is left. That's been cooking since the beginning. We're going to go in with the cream, or some of the cream, and now that needs to simmer away for 10-15 minutes while we do the rest of this. So I'm going to move it to a smaller hob on a lower heat, then use this big powerful hob to get the next thing cooking. I want to do a nice crispy garlic mixture to go through my polenta. I'm really going to roast it really slowly in butter. Into that goes the butter. You're on a low, gentle heat to slowly cook this garlic to bring the flavour out without it burning. I've put salt in, but I'm not going to use pepper, so I want it to be a nice, even, clear white colour. Not clear, but white and smooth, rather than having little peppercorns going through it.
Blend spinach with milk, bring to a simmer, then add polenta and cook.
The garlic is golden. We're going to go in with our milk.
Let's get another pan. This is silly. What's that for? Get out my sight. Spinach. I'm going to deglaze the pan, which basically is a way of adding something slightly acidic to the pan. If you can open the thing.
Little chef's tip. I've seasoned the chicken. Instantly, the moisture is starting to come out of it. You want a nice dry bit of protein to go in to get nice and crispy, like we did with the fish skin.
That was a stupid problem to have. Add some acidity. That's nice and hot. Gonna add all of my stock and peppercorns.
So, at the moment, we have the sauce simmering away gently, just on a low heat in a large pan. We have the milk and fried garlic and butter coming up to a simmer. I'm gonna whisk in the polenta now, let that cook really gently. Keep on whisking it, adjust the consistency with a touch of cream, a bit more butter, finish it with parmesan, and I'm gonna fry my chicken and then deal with the spinach. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 things on the go.
Oh, wilt, don't burn.
How long have you got left, Mike? I don't want to overcook my chicken by putting it in too early.
You just crack on and get yours as ready as possible because
Okay.
we'll time it.
Wonderful.
Spinach is wilty. So now I'm going to put in some of my garlic so I don't fry the flavour out of it.
They're pretty much done. They'll cook through gently. You can always give them a flash later on. So I'm going to take the pan off the heat. Hopefully got a really crispy outside and a soft, tender inside. I've done that by adding a splash of brandy, garlic and white wine into the pan to lower the heat down so it doesn't overcook the bottom.
Don't really know what I'm doing here. Hello.
Hello.
You okay?
I'm good, Michael. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah?
Why are you trying to make the walls close in on me?
I haven't.
You have?
I haven't at all.
Better.
I heard Michael blending something. I don't know why I'm calling him Michael all of a sudden.
Hey, Mum.
I heard Mike blending. I heard Mike blending something, so I should blend something too. I'm not going to blend the polenta. Who would blend chicken? Jammy tomatoes doesn't mean tomato sauce. We've already got sauce, but I've got spinach, so let's blend some spinach.
Oh, silly. And I think you cook polenta, 1 part polenta to 4 parts water. And we are very quickly going to find out whether that is the case or not.
I'm going to go in my spinach. Don't need much liquid in the pan, just a touch on the bottom of the pan. Full heat, and let it wilt down and soften until it's fully cooked. I could use a microwave, but Mike has that over there.
Some parmesan into my polenta.
So I've taken my tomatoes out of the oven. I'm going to scrape them into a bowl and season them up and use them something really fresh and vibrant.
Right, let's see how that's tasting. Getting there could actually take more cheese. A little bit of cream.
Yeah, it's a nice spinach puree.
Right, peppercorn sauce. I'm adding double cream. I'm just eyeballing it and then reduce it right down until it starts to taste like peppercorn sauce, really.
So I added a splash of water because the blender got a bit too thick sitting on the heat. It's now fully cooked, and that's what you want, a dropping consistency. I'm going to finish it with the cheese just before I serve. Tomatoes, they just need a pinch of sugar to bring out the natural sweetness. A bit more salt, and I'm happy with those. Got my brown sauce. I'm going to taste this because it's come down in consistency. Coats the back of the spoon.
How close are you, Kush?
I just need to check if my chicken's cooked, and then I'm done. So 97%.
You're 97% done?
Yeah.
That's concerning.
So chicken's cooked. I'm just going to put it over a really low heat just to keep warm.
That doesn't look right, does it? It does taste good. So let's plate up.
Just chopped up lovely brined green peppercorns, just give that burn at the end, so they're going to go in fresh right at the end of the sauce cooking. Taste, taste, taste. Very rich. Need a touch of acidity. Michael, hello. Apple cider vinegar, please.
Yes, chef?
Wait. How long? How long, chef?
I think
5 minutes on the pass?
5 minutes on the pass.
Right, cool. I'm going to relax for 5 minutes then, because I'm done.
Wow, okay.
But, yeah, let's go for it. Let's taste this liquid. Oh, God. All of that in. Instant natural chicken stock. I'm going to go get a plate before he gets all the good ones. Oh, I wanted that one!
You can have it.
I don't want that one. Sorry, Michael. Oh, bold choices. What we got? Wow. What?
Hey, you get back round your side.
It looks really good. Looks juicy.
Finishing off my chicken thighs, which have rested. Just getting a tiny bit more colour on them. Definitely supposed to be looser than that. Are you happy, Kush?
I'm happy. How long?
Done.
Oh, that was quick, Michael. I think I'm going to sauce mine at the pass.
Okay. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Oh, you. It's so depressing.
Wow. Yours is really good.
Yours is really chefy. Pretty much the same time.
Same.
I'm surprised.
Same ingredients.
Different visuals, I'd
Different
say.
visuals, yeah. Let's see how they eat. So I used some of the sauce and wilted the spinach in it, then pureed it, just for a bit of contrast of colour on the plate. I left the polenta naked, let's say. Yours is green. I cooked my chicken quite late in the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to let it rest in the pan, deglazed it, bit of butter, brandy, white wine. Really hard cooked the tomatoes so they're nice and dry and sticky. The sauce I just put around rather than over the top of the crispy chicken, because not crispy chicken anymore. Maybe. We'll see.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, delicious.
I went quite light on parmesan in the polenta because there was fat in the chicken, quite a fatty sauce. I didn't think it needed too much parmesan. There's also cream and milk in it.
You can still taste everything though. And I used so much fat. Like, that is the most unhealthy, substandard polenta you will ever eat.
But it's green, so it must be healthy. Right?
It's got spinach in it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I made a lot of stuff.
Right.
I could probably feed 4.
And how much tasting did you do as you went?
Loads.
Loads?
Yeah, I seasoned it as I went, and I added stuff as I went.
Okay.
At no point did I actually feel very in control. I felt like we started and the whole thing sort of ran away from me, and I desperately tried to keep up.
Have you made a brandy creamed peppercorn sauce before?
No.
Okay. Consistency's decent. Could have done a bit more reduction. It's quite salty.
It is actually, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you season it and then carry on cooking it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But saying that, it counteracts the greenness of the polenta. How did you find not having a weighed out recipe?
It was fine, but again, because nothing was weighed out, it was all just doing it by eye and having to just figure it out as I went.
I've only had 4 years more experience than you. 17 years, 13 years, right?
No.
No?
You've had 17 years in top level environments.
Okay.
I've had 13 years in environments, some would argue, worse than Burger King. I really enjoyed doing it. It was a challenge, and it felt like a challenge all the way through.
Okay.
This should be like quite an easily achievable midweek meal, and it didn't feel like that. I would not want to cook like that at the end of the day.
I bet you'd have felt different if it was your creation in your head. If you'd shopped for your own dish and planned it.
Yeah.
Because you went in there blind just with random steps. You said they were out of order, correct?
Yeah. So I had to
Yeah.
reorder them.
Reorder them.
And then figure out how to do each of them as well.
I think both are delicious.
Yeah.
Different.
Well, mission accomplished.
Well done, sir.
Great stuff. Well, as is supremely evident, most of us do not think like a chef, which is why we built our Sidekick app, which makes cooking evening meals simpler for us normals. We've taken all these ways a chef thinks and cooks and combined them with super smart tech that takes the hassle out of everything, yet helps us create dishes that people will genuinely think an actual chef cooked. And to make things even easier, we're currently trialling some stuff with grocery delivery company GoPuff, and Sidekick users can get £10 off 4 deliveries. So go and try it all for yourself for free.
And if you want to see more of these back-to-back battles, it's a battle, give the video a like.
It's a battle that's impossible for you to lose. I love it.